Okay, everyone. So we're very close to the end and very close to the verdict. But before we do so, I'd like to ask at least one representative from each growing company, from each small and medium enterprise company to come over here, come down on stage. Please. They all left. Okay. No. Thank you. Yes. And what I want to do, I want to acknowledge these companies one by one, and simply say that I mean, over the last couple of weeks, I've been receiving a lot of materials from these companies, and in the process, because I had to look through all this stuff, I really learned quite a bit about these companies, and really, it's remarkable actually the kind of products and services that these companies offer. So I'm very pleased that with this edition of the Mind the Bridge competition and with Italian Innovation Day, we have these companies here, which have been sort of our guinea pigs in a way, in terms of having this new type of companies to participate. So we have. I want to acknowledge them by name and simply just raise your hand so that we associate the company to the faces. So we have Centerview. Thank you very much for being here. Expert System, Hyperfair. It's somewhere out. Infinity Storage, MailUp, OpenTech Engineering, and Real Web. Perfect. Silicon Biosystems. I don't know if there's anybody from Silicon Biosystems. And VisLab. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you. So, and wait, because there's also, right? There's also something for them, I guess.
Yes, as we mentioned before, the scientific committee, or the one that is left that didn't go to bed yet, had a long discussion, and so asked them to come here and give us some feedback of your selection process. Giacomo, Marini, Pierluigi, Zappacosta are still deciding who wants to come up. Come on.
Okay, so we have a very interesting group of companies, very diverse, so it was a little bit difficult to sort of compare companies. So we tried to pick some criteria which might not necessarily fit everybody, but the criteria was scalability. So again, tried to push the concept in the Italian companies of trying to build something bigger and faster, and at the risk of crashing in the process. But that's what the game is. And we found, I mean, several companies with those characteristics, and at the end, notwithstanding the orders from the organizing committee of picking one, we decided to pick two. Okay, and even though we don't have two awards in this virtual world, I think we can make many awards by taking pictures and digital images of the awards. So we are going to be awarding two Thai first place awards. Pierluigi, maybe you can. No, why you speak.
I don't understand. You did so well. Why should so now I should say the name, right? Yeah. With glasses. So for the real stuff, the things in what used to be called meatware, was that when we were many years ago? They were talking about meatware. The award goes to Centerview, which has a very nice product, and I think we should mention that it's a product designed in Italy, but that has received the FDA approval, which means it will be sold here in the US. And I think that's very important to send this message to Italian companies that the Italian technology can find a market also in a difficult place like the US, where the FDA is really strict and sometimes even unreasonably strict. So congratulations to Centerview. And once they get the award, we'll take a nice picture and we'll give it to someone who can use it in their, given that they live mostly a virtual existence. And it's real web. And in the case of Real Web, what we want to mention is that they have established a strong presence in Italy, and that by itself would not have been enough in a context like this one. But given that we have already began the expansion in other European countries, that's also important. I mean, expansion outside of Italy does not need to be necessarily to the US. And sometimes it's not even wise to target the US. And it's much better to look at other market that might be strategically right, not just tactically right. So the fact that you have already expanded in Spain and Poland is a good indication that you are thinking along those lines. So again, another message is that expansion outside of Italy can happen in different ways. The US is a strong attractor, but other European and countries of the world should be target for Italian companies. So, however, I should also finish mentioning that everybody else was had very interesting companies, but I guess we would be pushing our luck if we asked for more than 2 awards. So, sorry.
Now the problem is who is the lucky one that gets a picture and not a prize. Oh.
Come here.
Okay. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Do you want the award?
Oh, please, yes.
And it gets a picture. At least it gets.
Grazie mille. Oh, for everybody else? Pierluigi, you want to pass this?
Not virtual, it's paper.
No, that's expressist.